Hi Virgo, welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning, welcome back. Cross watchers, welcome as well. For those of you who are new, welcome to the channel. I appreciate you joining me. Virgo, this is going to be a video for February of 2023. This will be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus. Make sure you check out your other placements as well, whether this video resonates or not. It will help give you a better understanding of what's going on around you. All of a sudden I got a frog in my throat. So all of the videos for 2023s or for February are out except for you guys, which obviously if you're watching this, it's now posted. And Aquarius, you guys are on the way. The way Spirit led that to me with Aquarius was save the best for last. It's birthday season, right guys? So anyhow, moving on. So if you got Aquarius in your chart, you can check that out here a little bit later today probably. So Virgo, let's go ahead, dive in. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do so. It's one of the greatest ways to show your appreciation for what Spirit and I do to work together. And then if you find that this video resonates, please hit that like button. Feel free to share, comment down below. Keep comments nice, lovely, and appreciative, right? So Virgo, let's see what's shaking for you guys this month. And pardon, it's laundry day. So you might hear the washing machine in the back or the dryer going bzzzt. I wish I could disable that nonsense, but all right. So Virgo, let's see what's going on for you guys. Virgo, Spirit for the month of February. Virgo. I feel like life has been taking shape for you since last Virgo season. Emitting some boundaries, making some changes, learning how to, it's like you're viewing all aspects of things, which is interesting. I don't know if I want to shuffle again, but I do. Yeah, you're finding fitting connections that work within your life for you. So let's see. Quick messages coming in. Like you guys, I feel like you got some, it almost feels like frantic, slightly chaotic energy that's coming in. It's just like you might be on your A game right now. So let's see, Virgo, what's happening for February. Yeah, I really feel like your last birthday season was awakening somehow. Stretch in time. You might have felt a little burnout, like you're always like being thin on making time for yourself, always having to go, you may not have been going to bed until, you know, midnight, 2 o'clock in the morning, not getting enough rest. But it's like you may have been feeling like, I don't want to say down and out, but just exhausted for a while. And I feel like we're going back to Virgo season of last year again. Like I don't know why that's coming up that way, but it is. But it's like all of a sudden the light bulb goes off for you at that point, and it's like, I know why I'm so depleted. I know why I'm so exhausted. I know why I feel so all over the place, because I'm not investing into myself. And it's like you're putting the pieces together as to why you feel or had felt the way you felt. I don't know why. They're telling me to just leave those there. Reaction. So you also may felt like there was a connection around you that brought in some hardships. And if I remember correctly, Virgo, there was some point in a reading where you were kind of like trying to navigate a particular person or situation that made you feel like, I want to say frustrated or something at some point. But you're learning that you need to slow down. This shift needs to occur, that you're able to sit back and relax. You need to take time for yourself. Self-love, self-care is very much the theme of 2023. You're aware of that. You were stepping into that, I think, before 2023 ever hit to begin with. And then the connection of how you've depleted yourself and the expectations that you had of people that you thought may have been loyal to you or had your best interest at heart. I feel like you became aware that it was like, all of a sudden when that epiphany hit, it was like trying to catch your breath of like the reality of a situation came in for you, and it was like, shit. You know, like how did I not see this? Why did I invest into this? And I feel like you got a little bit of guilt connected to that, that you allowed those things to take place in your life. So it's kind of like finding your power, finding your footing, recognizing that sometimes you just have to release and let go you know? But you learned, you gained a lot of knowledge, that wisdom, or that lotus that's sitting there, you know, that brings in wisdom, that's growth, that's, you know, doing things differently, the differences around what is good for you and what is not. Like, you may have had an expectation tied up to how you thought things were going to happen, and that's, you know, as humans, we dive into expectation, we have a thought on how we think this should be done. It's our sole opinion of how it's supposed to be, but it's almost like you were comparing something to something else that they weren't comparable situations. I want to say, if some of you were in a marriage at some point, you've made it, or even if it doesn't have to be a marriage, even a commitment, a long-term commitment, that maybe, you know, the way you seen your parents or the situations around you in your life, maybe they were long-term, 50 plus years, stable, connected, grounded till death do we part. But then, like, maybe your situations weren't the same. So it was like, you have to, it's almost like recognizing you're in a different era, a different time space, you know, reality of, you know, the generations are different, the way we view things, the way we see things, why we get involved in the things we do. We don't just stick around to stick around anymore. You know, we make changes. We are an evolutionary, what's the word? Generations. The generations all evolve, right? So it's like learning that you can't compare what it was 50 years ago to what it was today, or if you're in a traditional value kind of space, that maybe things just aren't done that way. So it's kind of pushing you to let go of how you thought things might be. Vision, yeah. You know, recognizing that, you know, you're coming to an understanding that it's almost like catching up with the times is how this feels to me. It's kind of like a time shift for you that opens you up. Excuse me, goodness. A time shift that wakes you up to some kind of pure understanding of the situations around you and why things don't work out maybe the way they did 50 years ago. It's like learning how to bridge the gap between a long period, like it could even been 20 years ago. I mean, you think about the progressive changes that our cultures make on a regular basis, and it's like learning how that shifts, how that changes, why it happens, and then catching up to it. You know, I'll use this as an example. It's not the best example. As a Scorpio, like, I've always been in, like, people have done the fad thing. They're like, oh, you know, bell-bottom jeans and this and that, certain hair scrunchies, you know, just, you know, the stupid stuff. And for me, I was always the last person to find out about it, and be the last person to even take an interest in it if I even thought it was interesting. And to me, I sat back and I'm like, well, this doesn't make any sense. This is stupid. It's not for me, right? And it may not be for you, but it's like, if you try a new way of doing things, you may find that it's more, like, it's a sense of being more free in the choices that you're making. Like, even if you thought it doesn't make sense or it's against your value, not saying that it will work for you, but saying that you'll get to understand it. And you might find that there's bits and pieces or portions of it that you can take with you that make you feel good, that make you feel grounded, that make you feel secure and comfortable, that it's not quite as you thought it was. So it's not a bad thing as this shift is happening for you. It's just like you're learning a new way. Exploring new options, exploring different things that take you out of a timeline in which you were in. It's like jumping, you know, timelines. It's very interesting. But you're becoming more aware of that it's not a negative thing. It just opens you up to new possibilities. So very interesting. The way this is coming out, I'm liking it. I don't feel like I need the Shaman's Oracle for you. Let's go ahead and just jump into past, present, and future and see what's happening for the month of February for you guys. Interesting opening. Very cool. Very cool. I like that because it's almost like you go to sleep one day and you wake up and everything's different. Very, very good. And here's an interesting thing. You brought this on, and I say that funnily, like in a funny way. Funnily, like, is that even is it even a word? I have no freaking idea. But it's funny in the way that you bring this in because you've manifested this. Because you were not happy. Like, even if these were your values or your ideas or your opinions at one point, they didn't work for you. Like, it brought you a lot of strife, a lot of grief, a lot of, I don't want to say hardship, but just it made things more complicated than it needed to be. So you were subconsciously, without knowing, like creating a new vision for what it is that you wanted. And now that it's here, you're enjoying it, and it's kind of, I think, catching you by surprise that it feels so good. So it's just funny to see, like, the things that we thought weren't meant for us. We are sometimes guided. You know, the universe directs us and guides us. Spirit guides us. Our ancestors guide us. Our angels, whatever, guide us into something else, because we're so stubborn in our energy, that, you know, that fixed energy of, you know, Virgo, you're not a fixed sign, but still, like, being in that energy of wanting to create something, but, well, this is the way I've always done it, so I'm going to stick to that. And this magician in the mirror reminds me of Virgo energy. So there you are. There you are, like, learning the differences, that the different isn't always a bad thing. You know, we're humans. We don't like change. God forbid we have to do something outside of our comfort zone, and we, like, freak the fuck out and, like, oh my God, I can't do this. Yeah, you can. It's fine. It's cool. Like, just let it roll. See, yeah, perception. You got the cornucopia. It's anxietizing, absolutely, to see things on a different level. You may be connecting, Virgo, with somebody younger than you too, which may be, you know, this time shift. Like, and we talked about the generations. I think this is really interesting. I don't know why it's striking me as you may be, no, you know, male, female roles, it doesn't matter. You know, roles can be reversed, place it where it fits. But to me, it's like this feminine older energy comes in, and that's probably you. And then you've got this younger masculine energy that's coming in, that's maybe giving you, I'm going to call it a new lease on life. You're getting to see, again, we're talking about those generations that came out before these cards did, where you're like, someone's teaching you how to be free and fun loving, where I think you were very serious before. And it's teaching you, again, a new way of doing things. Like, you're working on the foundational. You have a lot of 8s and a lot of 4s here. 1 9, that independent energy. Another 9 is that anxiety, thinking about the past, the differences of what life was, what life is like right now, but knowing that it feels good, that this connection, what is it? I'm going to do love readings here in the next couple of days, and I feel like you're abandoning your values and your morals by taking this route. So someone could be expressing interest in you, and you want to, and it's kind of like playing with devil energy, going, but if I do this, if I give in to that feeling, am I doing things the wrong way? Does it go against, you know, like, oh, you know, somebody had to be my age, not younger, or I feel like Spirit is inviting you to play with something new. Do I think that this person or the situation is going to last for, you know, the rest of your life? Probably not. But I will say that they're inviting you to see things differently. The Spirit is pushing you to shift out of the old-fashioned ways of doing things into a new space. But I feel like you overthink it. You're very much overthinking a situation rather than just going with the flow of whatever this is that's surrounding you. Just enjoy yourself. As long as you're not hurting anybody, you know, all of those kinds of things that can be very negative consequences of actions. Just enjoy yourself. You know what is wrong and right, put it that way. You know, we move in light, move in love, enjoy things in life. You're not lying, lying, stealing, cheating, harming another person. You're fine to move forward, right? I feel like if you don't make a step forward, you're cheating yourself, because the universe is trying to open you up. So don't let your stubborn energy stop you, or a narrow mind scope stop you from propelling forward, because, you know, eventually the Spirit's going to come back in, and something's going to happen again that's going to make you want to, you know, push you to do something differently because you're standing in your own way. Yeah, 7 of Wands. Knight of Wands, boy, action-oriented. I feel like this is a need to control. I'm going to be honest with you. I feel like, and I say that, and there's that 4 of Pentacles that's tried to pop out. I do. I feel like this is a need to control. Like, if you control yourself, if you keep yourself in check, there's that value, right? The traditional value, the Hierophant, spiritual, you know, marriage, commitments, all of those different things, higher value of purpose. There it is, you know, and it's like you're trying to control yourself from pushing against the grain right now. Let yourself explore options. It doesn't mean that you have to live it forever. It doesn't mean you have to do it forever. It doesn't mean that it is for you. But I think that the idea is to let go of control, to explore a different mindset rather than just being steadfast in what it is that you've always done. Because there is a massive desire to move away from this. Whatever this past stuff is there's a massive desire to move away from it. But yet you're still stuck in it. It's like, well, this is the way that it is. It's only going to be that way if that's what you want it to be, Queen of Cups. You're not giving yourself, your spirit again is wanting you to nurture you, allowing you to explore things, and you're just like, it's too hard. And I feel like love readings today, even if I didn't want them to be, but Spirit's got a different plan. I feel like you have heartbreak attached to somebody from your past, and this could be a masculine energy as well. This heartbreak maybe had a lot of promise, had a lot of hope to it, but it didn't work. And I feel like you keep retreating back into that space of pain and kind of reminding yourself what didn't work. Too many cards. But through that, though, it's like, again, you're being shoved. I feel like this might be a 3-year process for you guys. Like, you may have been starting to awaken to this for the last 3 years, but refusing to succumb to it and just acknowledge it for what it truly is. But there's something that's happened, I would say definitely around your last birthday, Virgo season, that opened you up to understanding that the way of doing things was depleting you. So you may have kind of it's almost like it was in the backspace of the mind, acknowledging it, not bringing it, excuse me, to the surface. But now this offer of love, this offer, someone's coming in that's trying to charm you and trying to work with you. And they're showing you that even if they are in a younger age category than you, that they're willing to work with you somehow. Let them work with you. Let them open up to that. Okay, so happy family and the present energy of this happy family. I think you're enjoying yourself. I think that somebody's finally giving back to you the way that you know how to give. Heartbreak though. Heartbreak, what is this about? 2 of Pentacles. Is this going to lead to heartbreak? Again, I feel like you're shutting this down before it even gets started. Again, like going back to, it's just like, well, this isn't in alignment. And some days I feel good about it, and other days I don't feel good about it. 6 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles. I feel like in the past you may have felt betrayed. You got a lot of Pentacles here too. And I feel like you may be very much focused on your work, getting things done, being stable, being mature, being responsible. And I feel like you feel as if you step into this position with allowing yourself to open up, it's going to take you away and you're going to let down other people or your family or your children or something to that effect. I don't think that you are. I think that this is self-imposed. 5 of Pentacles, feeling like you're going to be lacking, or you're leaving leaving someone else out in the cold by, touching upon your wish fulfillment. I think this might have been, oh hell, whose video did I just do? It was Sag, but there was another one before Sag. Who did I do? Which sign was it? I can't remember. But understand that you are not, you're not responsible for somebody else's feelings, right? You've got to, it may have been Cancer. You're not responsible for somebody else's feelings. If you want to reach your wish fulfillment, if they feel like they're being neglected, you can strike a balance with them. But I feel like you're going back and forth with being responsible, or what you view to be responsible, or going to kind of play, because like you're very much invested in your home life at this time, which is a good thing. That's not a bad thing, but also don't let it knock you off your pedestal, in the sense that you can have both, right? It's that work-life balance. And you have to play, you have to be, you've got all this. It's just like, and I feel like maybe financially for some of you, you may have gone through a rough patch for a little while. You may be going through a rough patch. There may be a loss of income that was within the home, and this may go back to that heartbreak from the past as well. But someone's trying to offer you some kind of stability, and it's like, I'm hearing from Spirit, I won't take handouts. It's not a handout. it's not a handout. Like, we've all been in a position at some point in our lives where we've had a rough go with things, or something happened that we weren't expecting. And, we have to be able to be in a space of receiving and giving as well, not just being the giver. So allow yourself, if someone's trying to support you, allow them to support you. It doesn't mean that you're using them or it takes away from your value. I feel like you feel as if it takes away from you if someone is supporting of you. And you have to ask yourself, have you always been the caretaker? Because if you've been the caretaker, what is it to give and to receive? It's time to step into allowing yourself to receive just as much as you give out. So very valuable lessons in this reading for you guys, being aware of that. So, don't get caught up in the thought process. The Two of Swords, the perception, it's the third eye, right? The sixth chakra, Archangel Metatron, and you've got that Two of Swords, King of Cups. I can do fine all by myself, Spirit saying. I can do fine all by myself. Six of Wands. Victory, success. You don't know how you're going to get there, whatever this is, but it's like, Ten of Cups, like, you're damned and determined to do it on your own, and that's fine. You can totally listen. No one's stopping you from being able to accomplish it on your own, but sometimes to just be open to new ways opens a path to success that we weren't expecting. I don't feel like you're communicating much with people around you. You're kind of shutting down the communication when it comes to the thoughts and the feelings that you're having. King of Wands, you might be dealing with a Sagittarius. What else we got here on the board? Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. It's pretty, guys, these are like Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Virgo, there you be. How do I put the King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces again? I just feel like you're going to be in a sense of defeat if you let someone step in and do something for you. Again, learning a new way of doing things in the sense that things are not the same as they used to be. Your situation has changed. You can still reach your Ten of Cups. You can still do everything that you want to do and everything that you need to do. And still, work with other people. The Death card and the Hangman. Scorpio energy, Pisces energy. You may have... Listen, if you guys at some point were dealing with a Gemini, you've completed that cycle. And I feel like if this is a Gemini for some of you, this is tied to a past situation, because that's what brings in this confusion. That point of your life is dead, done, finito. You've got the Death card, which is again Scorpio energy, the Lovers card, Gemini. This point in your life is over, but you're still reflecting on the confusion that it caused for you. So you may have suffered a significant heartbreak. Won't deny that it may have been a significant heartbreak, but it left you feeling stuck and betrayed. But Spirit is offering you, there's, that Four of Cups can be distraction, it can be offers, it can be you just not choosing to see it. But the thing of it is you know that it's there. It's not that you're not seeing it. You know that it's there. They're offering you a new start in love. It's a new emotional start. But it's kind of like you're shutting it down. And I think you need to ask yourself why. This may be a space of healing for you, that someone is just trying to show you there's something about you that they're drawn to, it's appealing to them with you. They want to help pull you out of this unjust, unfair decisions that have happened around you. They're not there to fix you, but they're there to show you what it is within you that needs to be addressed, and to show you a new way. That times shift. Times are different. We are not where we were. Open up to something new. Don't be so damn hard on yourself, Virgo. You're super critical of you right now and everything that you do it, which can be typical of Virgo, right? Critical in how they view things, very one way, and not saying that it's wrong. So don't mistake me in that. Not saying that it's wrong, but it's also okay to open up to something new. Just see what it does for you. Be open-minded. to it. It doesn't mean that it's a bad thing, okay? We are going to use the White Light Oracle by Alana Fairchild. I love this deck. Get you guys a healing message, and then we'll wrap this up. And there'll be your February reading, Virgo. Well, that was quick. This bear spirit. Oh, shit. There was another sign. Who did that come out for? I want to say, like, put your grizzly tendencies down. Like, if you're coming out and you're ready to snap at somebody over some food or that cheeseburger that was left on the picnic table, just stop. Like, just you're being enlightened, and you want to just bite off like anybody's head that interferes with the way that you've done things. Like, you want to be soft, you want to be nurturing, and you are, but in the same space you're like, no, just let me do it myself. Let me, bears tend to do things on their own. They go foraging for food, they go hibernate and do their thing, like, you're just like, let me come out and get what I need, and I'm going back into my lair. Like, I'll go back into hibernation. Let people help you. It's funny, Virgo, but it's funny, but it's not funny, right? Like, but you're gaining so much insight, and it's almost like a little bit of a sense of denial because you're trying to hang on to control. Let it go and move on from it. It's over and done with. Step outside of that. That 15 breaks down to a 6 for you guys. Let's pull this up. Oh, I think I just passed it. Spirit of Bear, 396 hertz. You are being healed from guilt and fear. Such emotions will no longer steal your personal power or dissuade you from confidence, happiness, and realizing your own worth. No matter how unlikely it may seem, you are going to emerge from a spiritual winter into light and life. And I feel like that time period back from, your birthday season into now is that light, that enlightenment period where you're becoming aware of it, and now Spirit's trying to push you into life, and you're, claws out, kind of thing. So no matter how unlikely it may seem, you're going to emerge from a spiritual winter into light and life. The divinely ordained time for your liberation, healing, and emergence is much closer than you realize. Abundant blessings are stirring and shall soon manifest. The frequency of 396 hertz is deeply nurturing and protective. It is the heart frequency of the universal mother, protecting her young, deflecting negativity, and refusing to overly condition the youthful mind. She looks out for them and provides warning lest they wander too far from their authentic path. But she also encourages the children to learn who they are, to courageously explore the world, and to enjoy their freedom. Irrespective of our personal experience with our biological mother, the divine mother energy in the soul of loving, protective, available, and kind. This inner mother love enables us to develop our own sense of personal value, belonging, and home. In connection with the inner divine mother, we feel loved, wanted, and held. We know ourselves well enough to understand what we need, and we value ourselves enough to live in such a way that our needs are met. We recognize that we matter, not more than another, but enough to feel self-love and self-respect. We can connect to our authentic life path because we feel worthy of it. This nurturing frequency heals the heart and softens the walls which keep love out due to past abandonment and betrayal. There it is, right? That 10 of Swords. When we are more open to life, the path to fruition becomes more accessible and direct. When we connect with our authentic path, we can access the abundance of spiritual support available to us and make the most of spiritual progress. That guidance may arise as a no, or a not right now, or a yes and go for it. When we are in the heart, we will clearly sense such guidance and take comfort in it rather than fight against it. As we let go of our defense systems, disabling fear and guilt from running our lives, and instead deal with them as occasional interlopers that need to be cleared and healed, we stop fearing that we will never have what we genuinely want and need. We realize that we are loved, know how to love, and are naturally, innately beings of love. This frequency helps the body to ground. It helps the mind settle into the body rather than constantly flitting from one possibility to the next, creating excitement but also an excess of nervous energy. It helps the mind and body play nicely with each other, supporting each other rather than opposing each other. Then your mind won't constantly be haggling with your body, leaving it feeling bad about itself, tired or unhappy, or even angry and rebellious. In these and other ways, the 396 hertz frequency helps reconcile the push-pull of competing interests, integrating awareness in the heart and providing a clear pathway to a transcendent resolution where all is working well for one's higher purpose. This frequency harmonizes beautifully with the spiritual medicine of the bear soul totem. It encourages our natural ability to find the sweetness in life necessary to sustain hope and heal our hearts. Spirit Bear connects us to the restorative power of hibernation, that deep rest of the body and the mind. If you are highly strung and, like many modern people, find it hard to consciously relax your body and mind through spiritual practices, Spirit Bear brings the comfort and encouragement to allow your mind to rest within the body. It is as if the mind were in a cave for renewal, safe from predators and external forces, undisturbed and able to rest. This oracle urges you to go within where there is tremendous healing force awakening. Give it time and the space it needs to do its best work for you. There you go, Virgo. There it is. I don't need to say any more. There it be. So, Virgo, if you found this message resonated for you, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you've not done so. Feel free to share with your Virgo friends. It's greatly appreciated. And again, you're welcome to comment. Let me know how it works for you. You're not just letting me know, you're also letting other people know as well. I got the hiccups going on. Goodness. All right, guys. Again, if you're interested in a personal reading, you can find that information in the description box below, as well as the about section of the page. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to listen to the messages that I'm able to bring in from Spirit, and it's greatly respected and appreciated. I'm wishing you guys the best February. Take care. Sending you all my love and light. See ya.